Welcome everyone to Don Bosco Youth Network Zambia. You're joining us in another episode of Life Matters with me, your host, Alice Piri. Now, Life Matters is a show that brings to us real life situations that may affect us positively and negatively. And on today's segment, we have an interesting topic entitled Know Thyself. Now, to help us discuss this topic, we have with us on set Her Royal Highness Princess Kunda, who is a legal practitioner, and she is, well, a champion when it comes to self-awareness. She is also the founder of the Healing Tree of Nations, an organization specialized in mental health. So welcome to the set.
Thank you so much, Alice. Thank you for having me.
Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, I believe. This is a phrase that was coined by Aristotle centuries ago. And then I believe that when it comes to knowing yourself, people may be too arrogant or maybe underestimate it. Would you kindly explain to us what it means to know yourself?
Okay, so knowing thyself is being comfortable enough in your own skin, being comfortable enough in who you are, in yourself, in your body, in your gender, in your beliefs. And you mentioned that sometimes it can go at either end of the spectrum. You can either come across too arrogant or you can come across a bit too withdrawn. When you know yourself, you're just at ease. You're just simply at ease. You're comfortable. In any circumstance, in any situation, in any audience, you're simply just yourself.
I believe that when it comes to knowing yourself, you may find troubles, and because you meet different types of people, different characters, and then you have different types of emotions in yourself. Why is it important to know yourself?
It's important to know yourself because even as you meet different personalities and different characters in life, you will stay true to yourself. You will be able to say, this is how this person is, and it's going to be no reflection on me, and it's going to have no impact on me. That's the comfortability of knowing yourself. And you'll be able to make, your energy will be that is so comfortable that you'll be able to make the other person feel comfortable. Yeah, because you're just yourself. You're just you.
Okay, so in as much as it is important to know yourself, how do you know yourself? Because self-discovery is very crucial.
It's a journey that you will have to undertake for the rest of your life. But it's crucial you start. And the reason I say you have to take it for the rest of your life is because we are an evolving species. The human being is an evolving species. We change from age to age. The way I was when I was 18 is not the way I was when I was 21. It's not the way I was when I was 25. It's not the way I was when I was 30 and 35. And now I'm 40s. So I've definitely evolved over that time. I've definitely changed. My attitude to things have changed. My character has changed. And so it's important to know the core foundation of who you are. What makes you Alice? Your core. What makes you Alice? Like you have the core structure of a human body. You have the skeleton, you have the muscles and your organs. That's the core of what makes you a human being. But beyond that is all the other stuff, your skin, your nerve cells, your blood, all the other stuff is an addition. But your basic core is your skeletons and your muscles that make you function and move. So that's exactly the question. When you know yourself, what are your core values?
I haven't read your book. It seems lovely just by the cover. So as the author of Know Thyself, kindly share the content of your book.
Sure. So this is it was actually supposed to be much bigger. But because knowing yourself is such a heavy topic, I didn't want to overwhelm the readers. So what I've done is I've put a very nifty small book which you can fit in your handbag, in your backpack, whatever it may be. And it's basically some bullet points, I would say, that give you a guideline and a step-by-step process of why, like the question you're asking, it's important to know yourself, and also how you can start the process of getting to know yourself. So, for example, one of the little tips I can give that is in the book in more elaborate detail is things like understand what your name means. What is the meaning of the name Alice? What is the meaning of your surname? Where does your surname come from? And if you belong to a particular tribe, what is your tribe about? How did they start? Where was their genesis? Where did they come from? What do they stand for? What is their totem? In African and in most ethnic backgrounds, a lot of tribes and clans have totems. For example, my village totem or my tribe totem is a crocodile. Others, it's a lion. Others, it's a hippo, it's a monkey, etc. Find out why do you have that? What is the relevance of that to where you come from? Find out about your grandparents. So it's just the basic things that you actually have available to you that you can begin with.
So what really inspired you as you look at people around you, like, okay, people have a problem when it comes to self-awareness or self-discovery, and you just write something to help them?
Well, I had a problem with self-awareness.
Oh, really?
It was a situation where I was growing older and older and older, and I realized that I wasn't actually living my true self. I was living to expectations of everybody else. I wasn't living to the expectations of what God created me to be, my creator, my source, of what He wanted me to be here on this earth. I was very, very preoccupied with what everybody else thought and what everybody else labeled me as being. And I said, people label me as this, label me as this, label me as this. What do I label myself as? Who do I say I am? I had to get to that stage where I had to start thinking about that. And I think that's when I started to embrace the whole Her Royal Highness title, because I have been Honorable Tantamini, I've been on the bench. So I've had all these accolades and titles through my academic achievements and career achievements. But there was another title that I had kind of shunned away that was very much a part of who I am and what makes me who I am. And that was Her Royal Highness Princess Kunda. And that's when I embraced that and brought that out. And I've been in so much peace with it.
I really do like what you said, because I feel, especially as young people today, we leave behind other people's shadows, or we let other people categorize us or put name tags on us such that we can't express ourselves fully. We can't live to our full potential. And I really think your book, Knowing Thyself, is another beneficial attachment to us, such that we can express ourselves, we can live for who we want to be.
That's right.
And I think I will enjoy.
I think you will enjoy it. Definitely.
Saying that, what would be your guidance to us young people out there who find it difficult when it comes to self-awareness or self-discovery, who are leaving behind other people's shadows or let other people tag them? What would be your guidance?
My guidance to the young people out there is basically, you need to take time and sit down and really think about what you want. Really think about how you want your life to be. Really think about the kind of career that you want. I think with the younger millennials, like the millennial generation, you don't have enough time, you don't spend enough time to sit down and actually think and actually say, because there's a perception when you're young, and I was like that. When you are young, you think you've got years to be young. And actually you don't. It goes by like that. It really genuinely does. So I would really encourage young people to spend the time to really just sit down and focus and ask yourself, who am I? Beyond what my family say, beyond what my friends say, who am I? Who do I want to be? What kind of a person do I want to be? Ask yourself those kind of questions. What kind of friends do I want? What kind of relationships do I want to be in? What kind of jobs do I want? What kind of career do I want? And it's just asking yourself those kind of questions and being true to yourself, because you're having an internal conversation. It's not a conversation with anybody else. You're having a private conversation with yourself. Yeah. And looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, what is this about? Really, what is this really about? So it's important that young people really, really do that, because before you know it, you're married, you have kids, and as time goes on, when you start getting married, you are now another title. You are now another person.
True.
You know, even in our culture, our names change. We're suddenly no longer Kunda, or suddenly Vana so and so, Vashi so and so. You see, we change, we evolve. Or they'll even say the wife of. You know, in our language, we have that way, that the wife of, the husband of. We are no longer Alice. You're no longer Kunda. You're now attached to how you've evolved to become. So it's important that when you're young and you have the chance, you don't lose yourself.
Comes to self-awareness.
Being honest with themselves. Yeah. It's very hard to be honest with yourself. It's very, very hard. Even when it's so easy to point the finger, even in the Bible, you know, Jesus says, take the plank out of your own eye before you take the speck out of your friend's eye. It's so easy to point out the faults in other people, but we rarely turn the finger back to us and say, well, what was my contribution in that argument? What was my contribution in that failed relationship? What was my contribution in why my job didn't work out, or why I'm having difficulties at work or at school or wherever? We rarely look at ourselves. It's painful. Nobody likes it. It's uncomfortable, but it's something worthwhile because you come out so much better out of it.
So I feel it's better to be honest with yourself, accept your mistakes, and move on. It really helps you boost your spirit within, and gives you a sense of confidence and calmness with other people around you.
Yeah, definitely.
Before we reach the end of the program, would you kindly give a word of advice to us, people young out there?
I would encourage you as young people to really stay true to yourselves. If you have friends who you want to keep up appearances with, then you have to ask yourself, are they really my true friends? And it's important that you actually do that so that you're not influenced to become something that God never created you to be in the first place. And so you don't go off your course of your journey. It's important you take the time to really have an honest conversation with yourself, an honest reflection with yourself, so that you're confident wherever you go. Whether you're in Zambia, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in America, Australia, you are true to your own identity. You know what God has in store for you. And it's not something you're going to know overnight. It's not a one week journey. It's a constant journey. It's a constant day upon day upon day of getting to know yourself.
Okay, that was really strong. I really feel like they laid everything out for us. It makes everything rather clear and easy to understand. And I really do hope the people watching this will understand and buy your book.
I'm sure they will.
So there you have it, guys. Don Bosco once said, whatever you do, think of the glory of God as your number one goal. That is knowing yourself, understanding other people out there, and most importantly, understanding your role in this life. We thank you, Princess Kunda.
Thank you so
for
much.
your time.
Thank you.
We thank you, viewers out there. And from my production crew, it's a bye-bye. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good day.